At how the stock markets are faring this morning before we get you trading strategies which you should consider as you start your stock trades on this Tuesday morning. Let's look at how markets are opening today at 9:20 a.m. The Nifty and Sensex both opening in the red, down about 1/3% and just about 0.2% respectively, while you have the Nifty mid cap and small cap reflecting yesterday's opening trend, both opening in the green while the main indices happen to be in the red. The volatility has also increased about 2% or so, 2.5%, now standing at about 14.37% as we open trade this morning. Let's look at how stocks on the Nifty 50 heat map are performing, and a mixed bag there. We have big blotches of red on the banking BFSI space. We've got HDFC Bank and ICICI Bank both down, a flattish open for SBI, while pretty much good news coming for the IT sector, barring Infosys. All major IT stocks happen to be in the green this morning. We saw the auto space also open in the red yesterday. Pretty much the same momentum for the auto sector, barring Tata Motors and Hero MotoCorp, which happen to be in the green. Avani Bhatt, Senior Vice President at JM Financial, joining us this morning. Avani, what do you make of the market mood this Tuesday morning?
Good morning, Kartik, and a very good morning to all the viewers as well. So markets are in a very indecisive mode right now. Data points are suggesting fear in the market because of the volatile move that we saw on Friday. The confidence has come down, and if you plainly go by the options OI data, I think 24,700 is the point on Nifty, which it has to cross. Only then, the positive sentiment will come back in the system. And till then, on the downside, the support is around 24,500. The another factor that is creating a lot of fear is the rise in India VIX. With no major correction yet, India VIX rising, that's a sentiment dampener. And that is why one more reason why I think for a couple of days more, markets will consolidate within a range. 24,500 to 24,800 is the range for Nifty. And Bank Nifty, 53,000 to 53,800. That is the range within which I think for this particular week, we should see some consolidation.
All right, consolidation in the forthcoming future is the word coming in from Avani Bhatt. Let's get into some stocks which happen to be in the news today, and let's get Avani's view on what your trading strategy on those stocks should be. Number one, the news item coming from HDFC Bank, and this is by way of the administrative warning which the market regulator SEBI has issued on HDFC Bank on non-compliance over certain provisions of the regulator. Avani, is this a stock that should be on a trader's or an investor's radar today?
So HDFC Bank has always been a slow mover, and it has already tested the resistance levels. So I think some bit of corrective action may be seen in the stock, but the overall broader structure is positive. Around 1840 is a good support level. So in case if we see some dip up to 1840, that should be a buying opportunity for the stock.
Okay, 1840. Right now the stock is at about 1865 on the trading monitors. 1840 seems to be an entry point on HDFC Bank. This is the view coming in from Avani Bhatt. Let's move on, Avani, now to Reliance Industries. And Reliance Industries has continued to trail. In fact, if we look at the chart, in fact, it on a year-to-date basis, the stock has tanked about 2% or so, and it has reached now a point that which we were discussing earlier on the show, that Chairman Mukesh Ambani is no longer in the coveted list of the $100 billion club net worth. Avani, what should be the trading strategy on RIL today?
So unfortunately, Reliance is one of the favorite stocks that most investors hold, but it has disappointed quite a bit. And even currently, from a short-term trading perspective, there's a huge open interest built up at 1300 call. So I think it's going to be difficult for the stock to cross 1300 level in December series.
Okay.
And in fact, any move close to around 1290 on futures should be a selling opportunity with a stop loss of just 1305, 15 rupees stop loss. And we may see a downside up to around 1230.
A downside of up to 1230. Okay, well, let's move on now, Avani, not good news coming in even for the Adani Group, because the United States prosecutors say they have found more documents in the fraud case against Gautam Adani in the ongoing bribery charges. Now, Adani Enterprises stock has been under pressure all year, down about 14% or down by about 400 rupees this calendar year alone. Avani, how should investors view this?
So Adani Enterprise has been in a range. I mean, it saw some recovery after that huge fall. But then after that, it has been consolidating in a very, very narrow range. And currently also it's in a no trading zone. So I think one should just wait and watch. Let either the breakout happen or a breakdown happen for any kind of long or a short trade. Currently, it's in an absolutely no trading zone.
No trading zone. Okay, so hold on to that stock if you have it in your portfolio. Is that the word coming in from you, Avni?
Yes, you can hold on to the stock because the bottom is done. It's just that it's going to take some time for the momentum to pick up on the upside.
All right, so hold on to the stock and wait for the momentum to build. Let's move on, Avni, now to Vedanta. Well, the Vedanta Board of Directors yesterday have approved the fourth interim dividend of 8 rupees 50 paisa per share, which will cost the company over 3,000 crore rupees. Should this stock be on the radar today? It was on most people's watch list yesterday, awaiting the dividend decision. Avni, should this stock be on the radar today as well?
100% Kartik. So we keep talking about buying on dips, and this is the dip that we are getting. It's a good opportunity. Around 501, 502 is a very good support level. If the stock sees some more downside today, up to around 502, you should be entering into the stock.
Okay, enter the stock at 502 levels. Let's move on now to another stock which is in the news, and this comes by way of the aviation sector. Well, aviation sector woes get even more fraught now with SpiceJet management now asked to appear before the Delhi High Court in compliance of payments of over $6 lakh or $0.6 million to aircraft engine lessors. Will this news item have any impact on the stock today, Avni? I'm talking about SpiceJet.
Not really, because I don't see any excitement in the stock in spite of the news, neither on the long side nor on the short side. In fact, at higher levels, we are seeing a lot of selling pressure. So until and unless the stock crosses 60 level, one should avoid taking any trade in this particular stock.
Okay, avoid taking any position on the SpiceJet trading call, at least on the SpiceJet stock today. Let's move on, Avni, now to Wipro. Wipro also happens to be in the news, and the IT major has acquired a 100% stake in Applied Value Technologies and its affiliates for $40 million. Should Wipro be on your trading view today, and what should the street view on this development be, Avni?
Wipro, definite buy. One should be holding the stock in the portfolio. It's a slow, gradual, silently. It has moved up quite a lot, and it has given a fresh breakout. If you look at the a little longer term charts also, it has been an uptrend, and any dips in this particular stock, they have been short-lived, and buying is clearly seen at lower levels. So it's a slow mover. One cannot expect a good momentum trading in this for a day or two or intraday trading, but one should hold in the portfolio. The upside for December series is up to around 320, but if you can hold it for a little longer period, I think the stock is heading towards around 360.
Heading around 360 from about 310 on the trading charts today. Avni, I want to actually spend a minute more on the IT sector stocks in general. And if you look at the trading action today, you see that the IT sector is pretty much a green bag, with Infosys being the only IT major stock in the red on the Nifty 50 today. What's really going on in the IT pack? Is this to do with the US Fed's FOMC, which is likely to begin, in fact slated to begin later today India time, or is there something else that we should read into the tech space, especially the stock of Wipro, TCS and Infosys?
So IT was a very beaten down sector, and for a pretty long time, it just consolidated in a range. And after this breakout happened, which the breakout level was somewhere around 43,600. After that, the rally has just started. So in my view, IT sector is going to do going to give you much more returns from current levels. We are expecting a move up to around 48,000 on the index.
Okay.
And selectively on rotational basis, you'll see the stocks also moving one by one.
Okay. But anything in particular which is driving Infosys down this morning? What are you seeing on your charts on Infosys?
So Infosys, see again, the dip that we keep waiting for. This is the level that is a good entry point. I
Okay.
think Infosys will also see a catch-up rally.
Okay, Infosys will also see a catch-up rally. Let's move on now to another news item, and stocks in news therefore become yet again Zomato and Swiggy. And these stocks perhaps need to be looked at this morning because media reports are now suggesting, Avani, that the upcoming GST Council meet may actually reduce GST on food delivery from 18% to about 5%. Now, this will make food order deliveries cheaper for consumers and may offset the tax liability on service providers Zomato and Swiggy. Remember, Zomato was last week also served with a hot GST demand notice of 800 crore rupees. So, Avani, what is your view on Zomato and Swiggy this morning?
So look at the way how fantastically the stock has digested the entire negative
I
news
like the
flow.
wordplay there.
And yeah, and last week it tested the short-term 20-day exponential moving average on daily charts, and it reversed from that.
Right.
So I think the upside should continue up to 305 from a trading perspective. If volumes also pick up, then I think we are heading towards 320. A breakout should happen. A new all-time high should be seen on the stock. It's a good stock to accumulate, as well as from current levels. Even for momentum trading, one can buy the stock for
Okay.
a target of 305 and keep a stop loss of 288.
Okay, a target of 305 and a stop loss of 288 on Zomato. What about Swiggy? Well, it's a new listing, Avni, not too much historic data available in that sense, but any view that you have on Swiggy right now?
So as you rightly said, it's a newly listed company, so not much of data. It wouldn't be right to see the stock technically. But if I just look at the intraday charts, 628 is where the stock is heading.